Bada bing, bada boom, $721,000 in the room, baby. There it is, $721,000 on this channel. You're seeing it right here, another all-time high. You do realize this is now only $279,000 away from my $1 million mark that I'm trying to get to by the time I'm 32. I'm only 28. I'm gonna get there. Last year, there were 379,000 new millionaires made in America. 70% of them were self-made. No inheritance, no shortcuts, no gimmicks, nothing like that. Just hard work, perseverance, and belief that they can grind it out and get to $1 million. Belief that the American dream is still real. I still believe in that dream, and I'm on my own warpath. I was actually taking a look back on my $1 million journey, and it started in 2021, whenever I first got my real career job selling software. At the end of 2021, I had $72,000. In 2021, I was 24. At the end of 2022, I had $119,000. I was 25. The market was in a nasty bear market drawdown. I think it was down somewhere 35% in the NASDAQ. It was a nasty dip. 2023, I was at $286,000, 26 years old. I remember being at the tip of the world, the most southern point of the world, Ushuaia in Argentina, hanging out with my friends, having a good time, telling them, you need to be selling software. This stuff works. You can get on a real wealth building journey selling software, making over $100,000 a year. I have plenty of videos, or my main video on my YouTube channel. If you just go back to the homepage, right there I tell you exactly how I was making over 6 figures. But I remember telling my friends, this is crazy. I'm building so much wealth, so much faster than I thought I could. Last year, end of the year, was $441,000, 27 years old. And here I am, 2025, 28 years old, $721,000 today. You just saw it. So on this channel, I'm showing you exactly how to make sure you at bare minimum can get to $1 million by the time you go to retire someday. I've been doing it for the past 5 years. I'm going to continue growing this account. I'm going to continue building wealth, and I'm going to continue showing you exactly how I'm doing it. And here's how it's done. Number one, earn more money than you spend. It's that simple. If you can't afford something, don't buy it with credit. Don't take out money you don't have to buy something. Earn more money than you spend. Number two, save and invest bare minimum 15% of your income. I've been saving upwards of 60% of my income, but that's because I'm on a warpath. Not everyone's on a freaking warpath, but I'm on a warpath to get to $1 million by the time I'm 32. But you don't have to be on a warpath to get to $1 million. I'm my own type of person. Number three, avoid debt at all costs. Debt will hold you back. Debt is a wealth killer. If you owe somebody money, that means every day whenever you wake up, you go to work, you're not going to work to build yourself wealth, you're going to work to build someone else wealth. Get out of debt and avoid it at all costs. Those are the 3 rules for building wealth, and exactly the rules I've been living by since I graduated university in 2019 with $44,000 in student loan debt. I paid that off as fast as I could, as if my life depended on it, and I never looked back. I never borrowed another dollar again, and I never will. So on this channel, I'm gonna show you with exactly what I'm working with. I'm working with $5,000. I was laid off from my job in April. My savings rate got cut in half. My income got more than cut in half. And now I'm bringing in an income of $5,000. I'm also going to show you exactly how I'm spending my money. Show you that you can still live a fun, good life while on a budget. It's possible. It's fun. A budget is just a license on what you can spend your money on, not to spend money. And then lastly, I'll just show you, was I on goal? If I wasn't on goal, you'll be the first to know. I hold myself accountable. So let's get started. Here is my budget. I am bringing in a household income of $5,000 a month. It fluctuates. My wife and I are bringing in this money together. Some of it's sales oriented, so it does fluctuate, but we're aiming for $5,000 a month. We are spending $275 a week on groceries. That comes into $1,100 a month. We're spending $100 on lifestyle maintenance. That's $400 a month. We're spending $200 a week on experiences and discretionary, $800 a month. $175 on fixed expenses, $700 a month. We're living in Airbnbs right now, and they do fluctuate on the cost, but we're always aiming to never spend more than $1,300. And then we're investing minimum $700 a month. I am at almost $1 million, and I'm still prioritizing investing in my life. Because that's how important investing is. Doesn't matter if you're at 0 or $1 million, you always need to be investing. And if you calculate this out, this is 14% of my income, $700 a month. So in total, I'm aiming to spend $750 a week or $5,000 a month. Every single one of my dollars has a name on it. I don't let money just come into my life and then leave it and I had no idea where it went. I am a good steward of my money. I know exactly what's going on with my money at all times. I can tell you exactly how much I'm spending my money on in every single thing I bought. And you should be able to do that too if you want to build wealth. So there it is, $5,000. We're bringing in an income. We're spending $5,000 a month. It's all budgeted for a specific goal. So how did I spend my money this week? This is the fun stuff. Let's get out of serious mode. Let's get into the fun stuff because spending money is fun. That's the whole point of making money. So you can build wealth, make more money, and go out and spend it. And I've been having a lot of fun. My wife and I, we like to go do a lot of stuff. So taking a look at my budgets run from Fridays to Thursdays. Today is Thursday, September 18th. Normally I release these also on Friday. If you've been around for a while, you know that. I'm actually heading up to Santiago in Chile right after this, right after I'm done talking to you. But I'm actually posting this on Friday, so I'll already be in Santiago. So I'll be in Santiago, so I'm doing this a day early. Any money I spend today, I'm just gonna throw on next week's budget, but I'm pretty much already all tapped out for the week. I've already filled up my gas tank and everything. I'm sure I'll have to fill it up one more time, but it's okay. But here it is, last Friday, September 12th through today, September 18th. Here are our categories. We have groceries up at the top, lifestyle, maintenance, experiences, discretionary, and my goal is $1,100 a month, $275 a week on groceries. And that's exactly where I came in this week on groceries. I spent $275 to the T on groceries, and that's not exactly right because some of this also flooded over into my lifestyle maintenance category where I also put in $38. So I spent over $300 at the grocery store this week. A lot of it has to do with this. Like 6 weeks ago, I was looking at myself, I took some photos, I showed you here on the channel what I was at, and I've been trying to gain weight. And this was me 6 weeks ago, and now this is me now. I'm not really seeing a whole lot of difference, but I've just been eating a lot of food. I'm eating tons and tons and tons of food. Actually, check this out. This is my most recent supermarket run where I picked up 12 liters of milk, 14 pounds of chicken, 11 pounds of ground beef, and also some ribs that I baked in the oven. But I'm eating all of this food in 1 week. So I'm not seeing a lot of difference right now, but I'm hoping that I'm only 6 weeks into my 12-week plan. I'm hoping by the end of the next 6 weeks, I'm feeling stronger, I'm feeling bigger, I'm feeling a lot heavier. I'm definitely losing definition, but this is why I spent $300 this past week at the grocery store. And I mentioned I got some ribs. I baked those up. And Pally and I, my wife, you know her, I've mentioned her a couple times on the channel. We watched a lot of college football. I was rooting for Tennessee over Georgia. I was disappointed there. I was also rooting for Notre Dame. I'm a big Irish fan. I was born and raised in Indiana. Go Irish. Disappointed there. Lost to the Aggies. Both of those were nail biters down to the last seconds of the game. Oh my gosh. I feel like I wasted so much of my Saturday on college football just to watch those two losses. But I got some ribs out of the deal. We made some popcorn. We also got some M&Ms on the side. Watched some football. This might also contribute to why I'm not seeing as much progress as I wanted in the gym. Nah, it's okay. I need the calories. But we had a good time and all of that got wrapped up into that supermarket bill. So on budget this past week for that $275 at the supermarket. And then my dog, Lana, needed a seatbelt. And this actually pairs together well with two things. So I got pulled over by a police officer here, and I had the window down, and Lana was having her head out the window. And I got pulled over because only one of my lights worked. One of my front headlights worked in my car. So I went on ahead and replaced these headlights. You can see them right here. And I took this photo in the day, so the top one doesn't really look, that's the photo without the headlights. I mean, they're just burnt out. Both of them end up burning out. And then I replaced them with the bottom ones, which it looks a lot brighter. It's in the day, so you can't tell as much, but I replaced them. And that actually cost me, well, here, these headlights, $34.90. So I got pulled over because of that. These $34 headlights I had to replace. But then the cop actually didn't end up saying anything really about that. And he almost gave me a ticket because Lana didn't have a seatbelt. I've never had my dog in a seatbelt, but I got her one. It was $5.23. And I don't know. Tell me below if you have a seatbelt for your dog. I mean, I see dogs get thrown in the back of trucks. You know what I mean? Pickup trucks. So I was really surprised, and he was like, I might give you a ticket for your dog not having a seatbelt. And I was like, look, I got an Argentina plate on my car. I'm in Chile. I didn't know the laws here. And he's like, okay, go get a seatbelt as soon as possible. But so we spent $5.23 on that seatbelt. And then we did our famous bread run. I'm not sure if I took any photos this time. Every single week I show you the bread run. It was $8.59. I'm gonna look around, see if I got any photos, but if I didn't, sorry. So that's where we came in, $86.73 on this lifestyle maintenance. We wanna spend $100 a week. We are good right there, $86.73. Experiences and discretionary. We got $33.84 that we spent this past week. This is like an all-time low, and this is our actual real fun category where we like to go out and do stuff, go take day trips, go rent a cabin for the weekend, go out to spas, do whatever. But because I'm going up to Santiago, you can see this right here. I put in Airbnb Santiago, $235.80. We spent all of that last week, where we spent most of that $235, and I divided it up in all these other categories. I showed you the Airbnb, the photos also, and then we had a runoff of $27. But I'm really trying to save money this week because I know we're going to go and have fun in Santiago. Actually, we're meeting up with one of my buddies, Ken, who lives in Buenos Aires, where I lived for a couple years. And you've met Ken. He's made an appearance on the channel here before. We're going to meet up with him, go to some wineries. We got some other friends there. I know we're going to spend money on good food and good wine, so I'm trying not to spend a whole lot of money this week, and I did a pretty good job of it. We did do a hike for $6.36, and that was just the parking, but the hiking was free, and it was beautiful up there. I'm such an advocate for getting out in nature, especially for cheap entertainment. I mean, the very minimum, but other than that, it's like so good for your mental health. I love it. Breathe, fresh air, especially whenever you're on $1 Million warpaths, you need to clean your head. But it was really nice out there. This is a cool spot on this rock. This is the edge. And then right here, you can see it. There's like right there, there's a grapple for people to rock climb. Hell no, I'm not freaking rock climbing up here. Screw that. Oh, makes me nervous just being out on the edge like that. Woo! And that's how we spent our Sunday. So we were able to just scrape away we were able just to only get scathed by $6.36. Still went on a nice hike, still had a good time. And then on Saturday, when I was in here watching football, making the ribs and stuff, I was also working on the computer. I was getting a lot of shorts scheduled. They're coming up, you'll see them. But I was getting a lot of shorts scheduled, getting them edited and everything while I was watching football. And then we have a local beach on a lake next to the apartment that we're staying at. And we went out there with Lana. Paoli and I went out there with Lana. And it began to start raining. And it was just a good time. It was fun and it was free. That was free entertainment. We spent like 2 hours out there, took our books. We like to read out in nature. Again, breathe. So many people stressed out. Just get outside. Go take a breath of fresh air. You don't need to be spending money to have fun. So this is how we spent our $33 on our experiences and discretionary. And then lastly, our fixed expenses. This is like the non-fun stuff that comes in every month. We spent $36.61 on a toe serving subscription thing that we got. I don't even know if we need it anymore because we're coming from Argentina, but forget about it. The maid came, cleaned the house, $37.12. HBO subscription, $6.39. And then again, got that full tank of gas that I'm about to rev up here right after this and drive up to Santiago. So we spent $134 in total for these fixed expenses. We're trying to spend $175 a week, so that's really good. We came in on budget right there. So the whole week we're doing good on budget. And you can see right here, here was my budget, Friday, September 12th through Thursday, September 18th. Here's what we should be spending every single week for that total $750. Here's what we actually spent for the week. It was a total of $530. So we were about $220 under budget for the week. Really good, as I was trying to save up some money. So far this month, we've spent $3,108. Our rent is going to be $1,119. I'm going to go back to the budget here. It still hasn't come in yet. I've just budgeted for it. Airbnb has me on this payment schedule, and it shows it's going to be coming in one of these days for $1,119. So I just went on ahead and pretended like I spent that money for the month. So if the month were to end, we got this investment category. It shows I would have $1,891 to invest. We spent $3,108. $5,000's coming in for the month, so I would have $1,891, which is way over our goal of $700 for the month. The problem is, hold with me here, we're going to go back to the budget. We still got like 2 weeks left on this calendar for the month, and I do have the last 2 days, or the first 2 days of October going into my budget. But if I go on ahead and just add in all of these numbers for, like, just pretend that I'm going to spend all of this money for all of these categories by the end of the month. There we go. I'm saying we're going to pretend we're spending all of this money, get all of the expenses in, plus the rent right there. And I go back. Here it is, the updated table. It shows that we're going to spend a total of $4,608 for the month. And we're only going to have $391 left over to invest, which is $300 short of our $400 goal, or of our $700 goal. So I'm going to be conscious for the rest of the month on how I'm spending my money. I do think that I can keep a lot of my fixed expenses down. If I go over here to my fixed expense category, I can probably keep this $175 lower. This discretionary, like the going out and having fun, looks like I'm going to be taking some more free hikes if I want to keep this number under 200. Groceries, it's like I'm not really going to be able to control that. And I can keep this lifestyle maintenance down some too, I think. So I'm going to have to be very conscious on how I'm spending my money for the rest of the month. We are going up to Santiago, so it's going to be tough because we are planning on having fun up there, going out and whatnot. But at the end of last month, I did roll some money over. So to give you a picture of my entire net worth right now, there's the $721,254. Emergency fund, $16,433. My bank account's sitting at $2,805, and then I have $2,350 in cash that I never spend. I just carry it around with me as I'm doing my digital nomad life down here in South America. So I did carry some money over from August to this month because I talked about how I knew I was going to have all these expenses. I knew I was going to be going to Santiago. I still invested like $900 last month. We did really good, and we also had a couple $100 to roll over into this month. Our income was a little higher than we planned on it being. So as long as I am very conscious about how I'm spending my money the rest of the month, plus I have last month's savings, I think I'll still be hitting that $700 goal by the end of this month, but you'll have to stick around and see. So that's where I'm at on the budget this week. It's always a pleasure talking with you every week, showing you my numbers, showing you how I'm doing it. The American dream is alive and well. There's a lot of haters out there. There's a lot of people out there that don't want to see you succeed because they can't succeed themselves. But I'm not one of them. Instead, I'm showing you exactly how I'm doing it. This is our therapy session in here. I don't know what we should call this. Maybe like Future Millionaires Anonymous, FMA, Future Millionaires Anonymous. But you come here, we do group together, we support each other on each other's budgets. Go you. If you didn't go out and do anything stupid this past week, if your friends were hounding you for not going out with them, good for you. You are on a bigger, better path than they are. You got a bright future that you're thinking about. And it takes sacrifice, it takes discipline, and that's exactly what we're here on this channel, what we're all about, is sacrifice, discipline, delayed gratification, because we are future millionaires of America. So if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I will be back next week with the next budget.